Hey, yo, what up? Happy that Sequential Geek. Thanks a lot for visiting my channel. And yeah, I'm back a little bit sooner than planned. Yeah, swung by over at Vision Comics and Oddities, sold a stainless steel urn that was in storage for like 6 years at least. Got it $60 for it. Now I went over to Vision Comics and Oddities, and they still got water leaking from the ceiling. So if you are into Tupperware bins that have that ring of grit and grime around the inside of the Tupperware containers, they aim to please. Keep giving them shit. I tell them that they got to contact some producers that they can get some type of obstacle course set up there for American Gladiator, Ninja Warrior, or some shit. They need to get something fixed. It's not even raining out. It's fucking 100 degrees out today. What is this comic book haul? 69, part 29. The 19th, Monday, 19th of June. So I got a bunch of comics. I just want to go through these really quick. A couple reader copies of some gems from it's Silver Age, right? Reprints. Marvel's Greatest Comics, issue number 57. That's July 1975. Was the printing of Marvel's Greatest Comics. That reprint is Fantastic Four, issue 75, out of June 1968. It's an 18-page story. Both of these are 18-page stories written by Stan Lee. So that is Fantastic Four, issue 75. Look at that right there. So these are inked by Joe Sinnott. Check it out. Pantless Galactus. I would love to see Galactus playing the bagpipes. Wow. I mean, I'm so psyched to read this. So, 50% off sale. Got it for $2. There you go. We got ya. Way to go, Freddy. Oh, stick with me, man. Just breathe, Freddy. Got you, man. Don't worry. Clear. Yes. Marvel Super Action starring Captain America. I just want to look in these Jack Kirby comics. Just getting blown away. So that's what's $3 I got this for. Fuck yeah. Marvel Super Action on number 6. That came out in March 1978. 3 years after that other reprint. And this Jack Kirby artwork with Dan Adkins doing the inks. And this 18-page story. Yep. I don't have the original date of this story. Maybe I can find out inside. Steranko only inked the images of Nick Fury, is what I found. Living legend of World War II. Originally presented in Captain America. Is that 104? Naked sea monkey. Yeah, grit. All right, check that whole page out. Amazing. All right, how much of this am I going to show, right? They had another one that was Marvel Boy, issue number 1. And I passed on that at the moment. I got so much more to read. So yeah, in comics.org it said that Jim Steranko inked all the images of Nick Fury. I don't know the deal behind that, but check that out. Alright, let me keep this moving. Wow. Yeah. Jack Kirby. His birthday's coming up in August. Alright, let's move ahead now. Marvel Mangaverse. Eternity Twilight issue 1. These Marvel Mangaverse. It's like their first attempt at having this Japanese translation of Marvel heroes, from what I understand. I know there was some Spider-Man stuff in the 90s, but check that out. So these Marvel Mangaverse ran from 2000 to 2002, and this Eternity Twilight issue number 1, written and drawn by Ben Dunn, came out in 2002. See if that's a wraparound cover. Venom 6. So these Tsunami line, after Bill Jamas left, Joe Quesada was just, he would even say, I just throw it at the wall and see what sticks. So he had the, what was it called? Gen Next. That was another line, like imprint after Tsunami. But this is Venom issue number 6. I think the first 7 covers outside of this one were done by Sam Keith for this volume of Venom. This is written by Daniel Way, and the cover and interiors is by Paco Medina. And for like the end of 2003, all the Tsunami line, like Runaways, the Mystique one is very cool, tattoo worthy. They all have these black backgrounds with this like metallic kind of purple design. I'm not sure what the deal was behind that, the promo was, but just so people would pay attention to the Tsunami line, I guess. It's cool. So I saw this today. November 2003. I know Runaways and Venom of the Tsunami line, they ran for 18 issues. Speaking of that, Marvel Tales, issue 7. So the first 6 of these are the first 6 issues of Aranya on the other side. And this first issue of Marvel Tales, Flip magazine in 2005, starts off Michael Straczynski's run. What is it? Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 2, issue 30. Anyway, as I rant, I got this for... Runaways. So yeah, a little banged up on the spine there, but I got it for the first appearance of Runaways reprint. And what is this? Came out in 2005. Marvel Tales Flip Magazine number 7. Runaways number 1. Joe Chen did the cover. And that's a Brian K. Vaughan story with Adrian Alfona. The interior pencils. That was John Romita Jr. doing the interiors for the Spider-Man with Straczynski, but let's see what the poster is inside. So the first appearance of Runaways. Alright, oh yeah, when they have that girl that they have to sacrifice. She's like, this prostitute, she's like, what the fuck? Interesting. This is the 9/11 issue of Spider-Man? Spider-Man 36, is that right? Oh my gosh. Did not know that. Check it out. Check it out. Interestingly enough, the next one is The Punisher. Marvel Spotlight inside the world of Frank Castle. This came out in 2008. So, around 1989, Todd Loren, I believe that's Toddloren, he's from the Detroit area, passed away, I believe, in San Diego, stabbed to death. Not sure the details behind that, but there is a documentary about his life that came out in 2005, and he is the founder of, right here, Revolutionary Comics. And the cool thing about this is that it's unauthorized. The New Kids on the Block, their lawyer wanted to sue him. I think they did sue him because I think they got out of some clauses, but eventually it had to do with them using the logo. So he immediately printed magazine-sized copies of the same issue. It was issue 12 of this without the logo. Still unauthorized, unofficial, but he was a big advocate, Todd Loren, of freedom of speech, First Amendment. So Rock and Roll Comics, first of all, I wanted to note it started in July 1989, cover date. It was twice a month by 1991. Ran for a total of 65 issues. These are all Scott Jackson doing the covers. Bulletproof Film, that's the production company of this documentary. It's called Unauthorized and Proud of It, Todd Loren's Rock and Roll Comics. And there are interviews with Gary Groth, Dennis Kitchen, and Alice Cooper, which is very cool. Alice Cooper has a very large presence in comic books, so check that out. Right. So this is separate, the Beatles Experience. I opened up the first one, looked inside. It said it was first printing March 1991, and then I think around 2010, Blue Water Comics took over this imprint, and they did like a remastered version of the Beatles Experience. So if you want to keep an eye out, if you're a big fan of the Beatles, go ahead and check that out. But this is the first printing, March 1991, twice a month. So I'm guessing March, April, and May, June. This may be like May, end of April. Part 4 of 8. So I have the first part and the last part. This is my second copy of the first one here. Whatever. Just thought this was really cool. They had issue, I think, 2, but it Just grabbed issue 4 'cause it's white, which I thought was really awesome. Kind of a full circle when these Beatles albums came out, right? You had these Jack Kirby, Stan Lee greats. So couldn't help but to. I left them with like 3 or 4 rock and roll comics left. Wrap it up. A little hint. Check that out. I got issue 4. I'm waiting on some rare copies of the first issue, and then I think those will come in the mail probably in like a week. So by then I'll do another haul of some new comics and show my run of You Promised Me Darkness, as well as Follow Me Into Darkness, the follow-up 4-issue limited series. You Promised Me Darkness is 5 issues. This is the A cover to issue 4. This is Diva. I gotta say, who is the artist on the comic book Torso by Bendis? Gotta look that up real quick. Also, Frank Miller. Oh yeah, this is awesome. There's Sage. Oh, this like smells new. Love it. And now I can be a zealot. Here we go. Hold on. I think this is appropriate. Definitely. Smells new. Love it. Sage. There's 2 recordings of when Halley's Comets gave people powers. And that was in 1910 and then 1986. Yeah. There was like this kind of a superhero group from the 1910s. Sage came about then. Every 10 years he gets a new power. It's interesting that he looks like an alien, Halley's Comet being from space. But, when the comic goes by, a very small amount of people get these auras. It's a random power that they have. There's Dogface Richard. I think he's shown in the 3rd issue. This guy's got the face of a dog. I'm not sure if he can turn himself into a giant. I love how this comic isn't... They're not going to force feed you stuff. They're not going to be very literal. The anti-everything, this guy with the gas mask. He is smart, so is Diva. This other woman, Dominatrix, she can control people's minds, but she also has these 3 imaginary friends called the 3 Sisters. And they talk to her and give her premonitions, things to do, like take off her leader, Anti-Everything's mask, which then envelops everybody into this series of flashbacks where they lose control and see all these terrible moments of their life. Yeah, and you see how I think this guy, his father was this abusive church leader, and then he becomes this anti-Christ, his father was calling him, but then he leads a satanic church, as you can see here. He absorbs people's auras. He's one of the people that were affected by the comet, and his power is to absorb other people's auras. This is like a horror book, kind of a superhero, anti-superhero book. Let's call it that. These women are having this guy here, Hercules, watch them have sex while Dominatrix makes him just freeze. He can't move. She can control people. And they're going to take him, when they're done, to see the Anti-Everything here at the Anti-Everything's church. And the Anti-Everything, when he has enough power that he has absorbed from people, from other auras, he can then turn people into zombies. He likes to turn lawyers into zombies, alright? But he's even having some of them be a parade, yeah. And they worship him, and he's going to absorb that dude Hercules aura, and he's just, he really is obsessed with absorbing the auras of Sebastian and Yuko, in particular Sebastian, who can create fire. Yeah. Yeah. There's a superhero group called the Weird Eight from this fictional city called Colosimo, and one of the few survivors is Nuria, this cat that has a hairball. When you get inside of it, after it grows really big, it can teleport you places that Nuria chooses. It's a human that got turned into a cat but can teleport. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of some of the variations of powers. Maybe like Morlocks to a certain extent, or maybe that movie Wild Cards, or the book Wild Cards. I read those paperback books, and comics are becoming popular because it's going to become a movie. Yeah. So much going on in this. Here's this guy who got kidnapped. Oh. Okay, thought there were technical difficulties for a second, but there weren't. So here's the guy, Hercules. He's about to be sacrificed. He's gonna get his aura absorbed. It's usually this like splash type grits dots here. Kind of encompasses this white, surrounds this white light. Maybe this is Damian Connolly, the artist-writer's version of like Kirby Crackle. Maybe it is. Who knows? As I mock myself. Check this out, though. I am interested in y'all's feedback. I mean, what is this sort of like? Is that a photograph, I guess? Did he trace over photos? Or is there a technique to this that just makes it look like photos? Help me out here. I like it. Once again, I wonder what the technique was in that book by Torso. Part of Sage's crew, the people that are left over from the Weird Eight, what is that? Ignatia? She has like electricity. Gretel, Hansel got killed. Here's Billy. I don't know if he's from the Weird Eight. They're called the Weird Eight. I'm not sure what I call them. And yeah, I'm giving a lot away, but I hope that you're interested in this because it's really cool. I mean, obviously we got like a photograph, and then I would say you have these drawings of these people placed on top of the photograph here. Awesome. So here are our villains. Hate. I forgot this guy. He says I'm really fast and I can catch people and I can eat them. He has this like hair that's straight up. Yeah, he's like, sure, some of us eat people. He's like, I used to, but I'm a vegetarian now because he got affected. These people start to get affected. Is he joking this time? Because eventually Yuko, the sister, she's a foster sister of Sebastian, the guy that can control fire. She ends up messing with these people's minds, half the crew. But, yeah, here is Cordelia from Sage's crew. You could say they're the good guys. She has to wear a robe because if she wears regular clothes, she would have to take them off when she turns into this creature. It destroys her clothes. This person in the dominatrix suit has this case and this like venom like black stuff shoots out of it. Yeah, that's Cordelia. She's the badass of the crew, I would say. Right there. Enough said. Yeah, I'm getting kind of sick of Alterna. Pete Sametti is not too responsive with his customers. billing doesn't work out. Okay, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm gonna go process my payment. Just like once I check on emails and say everything right. It's weird. Very lackadaisical take and just feedback. Positive feedback. I like alternate comics. So lately though, just hearing how all their peeps have to do all their own marketing, and they should at least be having comics come out on time. And they Alterna doesn't have comics come out on time. Void Walker was a disappointment. They didn't finish that. And the whole lackadaisical take Pete Samiti has on his customers, not into it. Yeah, that's too bad. That's not too bad, Altana. Oh well, too bad, so sad. What about me? Don't forget about me. Oh, we'll save you for later. I got 2 left. Think of something punk rock with them. Them's my tats, and that's that. Sec G out. Peace.